This is Eli Prince Perez, liveinthering.com. What's on your boxing channel?
He ended up getting beat, ended up getting stopped. Now you kind of see Nonito trying to get back into being a fighter, which is just taking whatever comes his way and fight, because he lost track of understanding that people love fighters. People want knockouts. People want excitement, action. Rigondeaux, that's just the biggest problem with not just him, but his team. They don't understand. We want action, activity. We don't want to hear you say you want this much. That value of money does not determine how exciting you are in the ring.
Yeah, I agree. Now, moving on to the Miguel Cotto fight, we're hearing reports here. What do you think about this? Obviously, you mentioned the date of June 24th, and it's going to be at the Barclays Center. I think they have the date reserved in Brooklyn. But the latest name that has been thrown out there for Miguel Cotto is Yoshihiro Kamegai. What do you think about that fight?
I like that fight. I honestly like that fight. I mean, Kamegai is going to come and bring it. The only question I got for exactly at what weight is it going to be set for?
I would imagine 154 pounds. I'm pretty sure that Kamegai can make that weight. That's what he fought. Or Soto Caras at, or did he fight a little bit? Was it at welterweight?
I don't remember. I think it was at welterweight, but I mean, we could check right now and stuff. But here's my question. Let's say if it's at 154, do you think Miguel Cotto really wants to fight at 154, or he's looking to fight at 152? Because we've seen him do that. I mean, if anything, Miguel's trying to get that advantage. I just don't see him trying to get into another war. With Kamegai, he's going to get into a war, whether it's at 152 or 154. So it really depends. And here's the thing too, Miguel Cotto.
It was at 154, so he's right there.
He's right there. And the thing, too, is that Miguel Cotto, if anything, I think that if Kamegai comes and fights and puts the pressure, we're going to see Miguel Cotto get on his bicycle. We've seen him do that. He did it with Antonio Margarito in the rematch. He fought outside, didn't fight in the inside, didn't pressure. I could see that happening as well when he fought Saul Canelo Alvarez. He was a smaller guy, wasn't trying to brawl him way into a victory, so we could see something like that. So, I don't know. My fingers are not really crossed. I'd like to see that. I'd like to see that 154. Nothing less than that.
Yeah, the only thing is, obviously to be able to get to his guarantee, it would have to be pay-per-view. So, I mean, I don't know if it's obviously it's not a pay-per-view fight, and I don't know if Rock Nation has the wherewithal to actually put on a very exciting, competitive undercard for people to say, I really want to buy that fight. Because if it's just Cotto against Kamegai in pay-per-view, I don't see anybody buying that.
Well, here's the thing. I think the reason why Miguel Cotto and James Kirkland was going to go pay-per-view is because it was, was enough budget just to be on HBO broadcasting, to the regular subscribers. So that's why they opt out. Hey, let's not put that on here because it's going to cut away other fights they had, already scheduled.
Here's
so it has to go off the pay-per-view.
Here's the other thing that I just thought of. There's no way that it could be pay-per-view because June 17th is a HBO pay-per-view. HBO is not going to go pay-per-view on June 17th and then June 24th. So I hear that.
Yeah.
I think Steve came on our sister show, the next round on Mondays. I think he did mention that Miguel Cotto had finally realized that he might have to take a pay cut to be able to get a fight, and then he would have to fight on regular HBO. But I don't even think. Do you think that HBO is going to? Well, yeah, they will. What they will do is they'll go with the pay-per-view on HBO on June 17th, and then they'll show the replay on the 24th with the Miguel Cotto fight.
Yeah. I mean that's an easy fix right there, right?
Yeah, that makes sense, but I mean that's a big pay cut to go from. I mean, how much do you think the budget would be to fight on regular HBO?
I don't know, man. I mean, I can't remember exactly what he was offered for James Kirkland and his other fight. I mean, I'm thinking he's looking at what, maybe $2 million, if that. I mean, could they even dish out $2 million?
I think they could dish out more than that. They've done more than that for regular HBO. Like when Bernard Hopkins was fighting, and even more. I think even Grenady Golovkin lately has gotten a little bit more than $2 million for regular HBO.
So what's the highest you think for him to be offered that you think?
I think Jermaine Taylor at one point. I mean, I would guess that he wants like $5 million. You know, I don't know.
There's no way.
I don't know if they'll go that high. I don't know if they'll go that high, but you know,
that's a big cut into that budget, and especially when they're trying to keep it enough to add the other fights that are far more better to watch. You know, the Miguel Cotto at the moment.
So let's say they invested. Let's say HBO says, well, let's invest in Miguel Cotto because later on this year, maybe by the end, November or December, we could have a pay-per-view with Miguel Cotto and maybe justify
Canelo Alvarez again.
In December? That's the only name that I can think of that would make sense for December.
Let's say if that does it honestly doesn't make sense because you're investing in an older fighter that's already announcing that he's going to retire. He only wants 2-3 more fights and then that's it. He's going to be right into the sunset.
He says this is it. He says it doesn't matter how many fights. I mean, he's actively looking for fights. But on December 31st, 2017, it's the last day Miguel Cotto would step into a boxing ring. After that, it's over. So it's whatever you can pull out of that guy for this year.
Who's jumping over who to watch Miguel Cotto though? To ask you, I mean, you know what I mean? It's not. I mean, look, Miguel Cotto is obviously gonna be a Hall of Famer.
I can't think of one fight right now that I would be excited to see Miguel Cotto in, unless we're talking about the third fight against Margarito. And he wouldn't do that.
I wouldn't even be excited about it.
What the hell? Where do you think Where do you think I'm sitting at? I mean, TJ, fool. Of course, I want to see that fight.
Well, you're the only one probably that would want to see a third fight that you would actually be super excited about.
Callers, give the number out. Have them call and say, of all who. Okay, here's the question to our callers, and hopefully you guys can call. Joey, everybody, Ringside Robert, everybody that's listening.
347-215-7598. Come on, call in and tell me.
What other fight besides the third fight against Antonio Margarito would you want to see Miguel Cotto this year? What other fight gets you excited this year?
And if you tell me Miguel Cotto, Antonio Margarito 3, man, I don't know where you guys. All right, let's patch in one fight fan here really quick on Leave the Ring. You're on live right now. What's on your mind, man? 111, you're on live right now. What's on your mind? Private caller.
Hello, David?
Yeah, this is Dave. What's going on, brother? How you doing?
Hey, what's up, David? Felipe, it's me, El Chacal from Tijuana.
Oh, Chacal.
¿Qué pasó?
Just that I'm driving in TJ, and I didn't know that you guys didn't get my area code. I was listening, but I just barely got into the program, so I just barely heard something about you guys talking Margarito versus Cotto.
Okay, Chacal, here's the question.
Go ahead.
Here's the question. and I know what Chacal's gonna say, and I think it's ridiculous, but I'm gonna let him say it. What fight would you rather see Miguel Cotto in this year? Because he said this is his last year. It doesn't matter fact. What fight gets you excited enough to say, I really want to see that fight with Miguel Cotto besides the third fight against Antonio Margarito?
Well, I mean, they were talking about the fight with Marquez. Now that it probably is going to happen, but I mean, are we taking that out of the question completely, or
does that that gets you more excited to see Cotto against Marquez and to see Cotto against Margarito for the third time?
Yeah, to be honest, yeah. I mean, Margarito is done. I mean, if Margarito would have done something good against, the opponents that he had, like, for example, like, let's say the one with Margarito fight, I mean, I would say okay, because the only thing that we would have to be worrying is about the eye. But then we would have said, like, I mean, he always comes in good shape. But when I saw him going down against Margarito and then, like, not having that same output because he was over there in Mexico City, I think he's completely done. You know what I mean? Regardless if he looks good in shape, he doesn't have anything else to offer. And then, I mean, when he fought Inocente Alvarez, it was just whatever victory. But what I was saying before, I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing it against Marquez, but what I was saying before for like that tune-up fight, I was thinking, I mean, I saw an article where Austin Trout was actually challenging Cotto and said like, hey, why don't we do the rematch? I don't think that fight is bad at all. You know, I mean, there's a story there. I mean,
it's not a bad. Listen, that's not a bad fight. I mean, it's not a bad fight for us, but it's a bad fight for Miguel Cotto. You know what I mean?
Oh, well, I mean, if he has something in the tank, I mean, which he doesn't look. I mean, it's not like Canelo passed, over Cotto and he knocked him out. I mean, and we're like, oh, okay, we're just trying to find him a 4-1K fight, and Marquez will probably see the spot. I mean, I think Cotto didn't look bad. He just didn't want to engage, and Canelo didn't punish him a lot. So, I mean, he lost the fight. I thought Canelo won easily, but a lot of people in Mexico thought that Cotto got robbed, you know what I mean? So he didn't look that bad. And against Trout, I mean, Trout hasn't done too much either. So I don't think it would be a bad fight. But do you think he won't win against Trout?
I don't think so. I think that the first time showed that Trout is too big. He's a southpaw, right? And he's a counterpuncher. You know, Miguel couldn't answer any of those questions when they did fight the first time around. I mean, look, when you talk about Miguel Cotto not getting showed out by Canelo, well, even with Austin Trout's been beaten by bigger guys. When Austin Trout fought Canelo, it was, it was tossed up in the air. There was a lot of fight fans that believed that Austin Trout won that fight as well. So I still go back and see, to me, in my eyes, what I've seen with Miguel Cotto, he has not advanced. He's not gotten better. He's not gotten stronger at 154 or 160. He's still the same guy. So that being said, Austin Trout does the exact same thing he did to him the first time they met.
What do you think, Felipe?
But I like to see
Felipe
it.
didn't agree.
But I like to see it.
I don't.
Felipe said that Kamagai will be better.
I think for entertainment value, I'd rather see Kamagai. I think it's more of a action fight between Miguel Cotto and Yoshihiro Kamagai than against Austin Trout. So to me, I'd rather see that.
Yeah, I'd rather see that too.
Do you think? But I think what he was saying before, especially when we tried to evaluate the victories of Canelo, he said that Trout didn't do anything else with his career after that defeat against Canelo. So he said that he was kind of.
He hasn't.
So
he hasn't.
Well,
he lost to Erislandy Lara. He beat Daniel Dawson. He beat Luis Grajeda. He beat Luis Galarza. He beat Joey Hernandez, and then he lost to Jermel Charlo. Who the hell are these people? I mean, we know who they are, but really, you beat those guys, and then you get to fight Miguel Cotto? I don't see it.
Well, I mean, I guess the reason why they should fight is because of the story that, I mean, if you compare all the other rivals that he's trying to pick right now, besides Marquez, I think it would be
But that story is 5 years old. He fought Miguel Cotto in 2012.
That doesn't even matter, Felipe. What he's looking for is an opponent. Because if we were talking about a story, then why was James Kirtland up for grabs as a name for him to be facing? That doesn't matter. He's just looking for an opponent.
Who said James Kirkland was a good fight?
No, I didn't say it was a good fight.
Why do you think they canceled it?
What I'm saying is, though, carry more audience, Trout and Cotto, than, let's say, the Kirkland and Cotto. I think, Trout is a more credible opponent. I mean, the other one that I would think it will be with Timothy Bradley, but I mean, I don't know what Bradley's doing. I heard that he's way out of shape. So, I mean, that was a fight that I think it could be made, no?
Bradley's doing meet and greets at a gym with Steve Kim. That's what I heard. That's the last thing that I've heard and stuff.
What about Victor Ortiz? Since he's not fighting maybe Brandon Rios, do you think Victor Ortiz and Cotto could fight? I mean, Victor Ortiz
at
is popular or not. It's always
no, I like Kamagai
maybe
better.
A catchweight 152.
Yeah. I think economically it won't happen because here you got Victor Ortiz, who also has got the taste of pay-per-view money and big money, that the budget is too small for them. The majority of money is going to go to Miguel Cotto, right, Felipe? It's not going to go to the opponent. The opponent's going to have to even take a bigger cut, if it doesn't go on pay-per-view.
No, I mean, what do you think is the biggest paycheck Kamagai's ever gotten? I mean, his biggest fight has been,
Well, that's what I'm saying. Kamagad is going to take what is going to be given to him. With Victor Ortiz, you're going to try to offer, 1.2 million to Victor Ortiz and be the opponent to Miguel Cotto?
I'm sure you could probably get, I'm sure you could get Kamagai for a lot less than that.
Exactly. All right, brother. Well, thanks for calling in, man. We're going to put you back on hold, bro. Thank you.
All right. Take care. Bye.
Margarito and Cotto. God.
Hey.
Jesus.
Hey,
Jesus.
that's more. I'd rather see that than Marquez. Who wants to see Marquez so that he could come in at 150 and be overweight and Cotto just, runs right through him? I don't want to see that.
I don't know. To me, it has more. Because of the fact the way Margarito was looked, and the whole eye thing, and he's got hurt now. I mean, he's not the same guy. He doesn't have the same, jaw resistance anymore. So with Marquez, to me, it's still a curious fight. But like you, I'd rather go with the Commandant fight, most definitely. The Trout, I would watch the rematch, but how much weight does it hold? And also, it's a more of a dangerous fight for Miguel Cotto in terms of losing by points again, not getting knocked out, but losing to a much slick boxer than he would want to step in the ring with at the moment. I mean, you don't go from James Kirtland to Austin Trout, right? It's just those are way different styles, and it seems like the pick with Commandant is almost in the same kind of action type of fight they're looking for. A guy they don't have to chase, a guy they're not going to have to look for, very often. And they're going to try to, trade shots with, right? So that seems to be more of the route. So if they were to go with Margarito, I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, I mean, that's not going to happen. I was just saying, that's what I would consider more exciting.
Right. Absolutely. Okay, well.
Let's move on.
Fans, you want to call in?
Go ahead.
Fight fans, you want to call in 347-215-7598. You certainly can. Let's talk some boxing here on Leaving the Ring. We're going down the rundown. We just got past our Andre Ward and Kovalev rematch, our preview about that. Also with Miguel Cotto. Who does he go after? Who does he pick? Who would you want to see him step into the ring with in June? If you didn't hear it, you could do the replay. You could do the playback, and you'll hear who we picked.
Already, another rematch. This one mandated by the WBC will be between newly crowned 150-pound champion Sisakat Soy Rubinsai. You're lucky. You guys are lucky that I had to read that. And